next honoree is, without a doubt, a rising star in the coaching ranks. This season, she made the most of her first head coaching opportunity at any level after successful stints as an assistant in both the collegiate level and in the WNBA. It may surprise you to learn that Nicki's coaching career almost didn't happen. As a youngster, she thought she was going to be a tennis great, the next Chris Everett, she said. But when her family moved and her dad put a hoop up in the new driveway, basketball became her love. Later on, after helping Purdue to a Final Four and playing professionally in Greece, Nicki was set to leave the game behind and put her mechanical engineering degree to use with Motorola in Chicago. Until a voicemail changed all that. It was a chance to interview for an assistant coaching job at Colorado State. Nicki took that job and quickly made her mark. Eventually, though, Nicki stepped away from the game, this time to raise 3 children. But the game once again came calling. Fast forward, and here we are today with Nicki as the coach who engineered an 11-game improvement over last season, guiding Atlanta to the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Under her direction, the Dream became a defensive juggernaut, ranking at the top of the league in several categories. Many of her players also posted career highs this season. And with that, I am extremely pleased to announce Nicki Collen as the 2018 WNBA Coach of the Year.
Guys good?
So the first thing when I met my players at USA Basketball was they said, "You're not as tall as we thought you were." So as always, bringing the mic down to my level. Thanks for coming. I'm humbled, excited to accept this award. As you can see, I have no notes. My notes that I brought up here were game plan notes, because the most important thing to me is game 2 tonight. In all honesty, the toughest part for me the last 2 weeks has been, in some ways, taking a compliment. When Lisa called me to tell me about this award, the first thing I told her is I better retire after I accept this award, because it's got to be all downhill from here. But in all honesty, I truly appreciate a number of people that probably believed in me before I believed in myself in terms of my ability to do this job and to do it for this franchise. Mary and Kelly, Teresa, Chris. This all started with a phone call from Chris saying, "Do you have any interest in the Atlanta job?" And I said, "I don't know, should I?" But the process happened really organically. We felt really good about the direction we were going. In hiring Chris, I had someone that I trusted in this profession that had done it, that I knew could be my partner. And then, for me, it all came down to relationship building. And, that's how it starts for me. It's how I go into every day. I've always said, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So we built it from the beginning with relationships with our front office, relationships with our sales staff, and then relationships with the players. Nothing means more to a first-time head coach than that first player that says yes to you. So for Renee Montgomery, she was my first yes, and Jessica Breland was my second yes, and Angel McCautry was my third yes, and for the Elizabeth Williams, who basically signed an extension before she played a game for me, for Tiffany Hayes, who signed an extension, because she believes in what we're doing. To me, this comes back to the players and their belief in each other, and ultimately their belief in me. And so, in accepting this award, it's always going to be a team award. And, I built a really good staff that balances me, that challenges me. Mike, Darius, he mentioned them all, but Zach, Portia, I'm lucky to come to work with them every day. And then for my family, I haven't had the most direct path to this point, but, I supported Tom when he was in the midst of his career, and he turned around and supported me. He's also the first person to give me a job, and the first person that believed that I was meant to coach basketball. So for that, I'm eternally grateful, and for all of you, thanks for coming, thanks for voting for me, and go Dream.